Hi, it's Nguyen, founding president of Bitcoin Association, and welcome to another episode of the Bitcoin Vision, updates on technical developments in the Bitcoin SV ecosystem. Bitcoin SV is rebirth of the original Bitcoin, unleashing finally the true power of Bitcoin's original design, protocol, and Satoshi vision. This episode is all about CoinGeek Seoul. The conference was another huge moment in Bitcoin SV's history, taking place October 1st and 2nd in Seoul, South Korea. There were plenty of huge announcements, great technical developments unveiled in Seoul, and so much excitement. We're going to take a look at highlights from CoinGeek Seoul and really remember my theme from the event. Bitcoin SV, it's time to build. At CoinGeek Seoul, the second Bitcoin SV virtual hackathon wrapped up on day one of the conference. There was a panel of 4 expert judges plus the live audience voting as the 5th judge to decide the winners of this second hackathon event run by Bitcoin Association. Now, as a reminder, to get to the finals, participants spent 48 hours on August 17th through 19th competing in a virtual phase of the hackathon. They were asked to create applications that charge a very small amount for an action that has value to the user in order to incentivize more usage and adoption of Bitcoin SV. The challenge was to find meaningful ways that people can use these small amounts of Bitcoin to get them further engaged in the Bitcoin community. The final voting came in after the 3 finalist projects were able to present to the live audience. So here are the results. Third place was the project BitQ&A by Yanez Arej. He won $5,000 USD in Bitcoin SV. His project allows a user to ask or answer questions submitted by other people with a Bitcoin-based incentive model. BitQ&A can be used as a general knowledge platform or for specialized knowledge for niche groups. With BSV bounties for every question and payment required to answer, it encourages higher quality answers and provides a disincentive for spam. It's also a really good example of an application that creates that earn and use circular economy that we're trying to build in Bitcoin SV. So congratulations to Yanez for 3rd place. Second place went to the project Hive, created by Robin Koze. He won $10,000 in Bitcoin SV. Hive uses a beehive structure that connects information added by users around the world. It allows users to create content nodes containing information, which can then be linked to other nodes with dynamic costing, and is a very creative way to use BSV's micropayment capabilities. Robin is a big supporter of Bitcoin SV. He is a PhD student in genetics at Cambridge University and also founded the Cambridge University MetaNet Society. So congratulations, Robin. And that leads to our grand prize winner of the second BSV hackathon. It's the project called Coda, led by Shashank Singhal and Andrew Snow out of Australia. They win the top prize of $20,000, of course payable in BSV. Their project Coda is a solution to help developers actually monetize the APIs they create, connecting API developers and API users. Each time a user makes a successful API call, they pay a microtransaction to the developer who created the API. This creates an incentive for developers to enter the BSV ecosystem, as well as to support existing developers with their work, no matter what platforms they're building upon. It's a great way, again, to create a cyclic economy where BSV is earned and used by developers. And we want to congratulate them on this great project and look forward to its advancement to help build more of the BSV ecosystem. Next, let's talk BSV Venture Pitch Day. In conjunction with CoinGeek Seoul, we at Bitcoin Association hosted this first ever Pitch Day in order to help the startup ventures in the BSV ecosystem connect with and be able to present their projects to potential investors for financial support. We screened a number of applicants and selected 14 ventures to come to Seoul and have the opportunity to pitch to a room full of investors as part of an all-day event. Each group had an allotted time to pitch their business idea to venture capitalists and equity fund representatives. There was a great diversity of businesses and projects. with ventures at various stages of development, all having the opportunity to present. Pitch Day is designed to help support the growth of the BSV venture and investment ecosystem. It's also a service to the investors themselves, and it was great to see the number of potential investors taking an interest in the BSV ecosystem. So now we're moving on to prepare for a second BSV Venture Pitch Day, which will happen in conjunction with the CoinGeek London conference in February 2020. To be considered, if you're a startup applicant, you can submit your application to the Bitcoin Association website at the URL you see on screen. It's bitcoinassociation.net/investment pitch day. We look forward to seeing a number of you presenting your pitches at CoinGeek London. Now it's time to talk about the road to Genesis. This is so important because it's what Bitcoin SV is all about, and what really drove the beginning of the technical day of the CoinGeek conference. nChain's Chief Technology Officer Steve Shatters kicked off that day by explaining what we can expect with the Genesis upgrade happening on February 4th, 2020. You can't talk about the Genesis upgrade without looking at Bitcoin's origins, and Shatters did just that by giving a brief history of Bitcoin. He explained how Bitcoin is now finally following the original vision of Satoshi as Bitcoin SV, and we are finally seeing its growth and potential. Increasing transaction counts, increasing block sizes, and increasing usage are all positive indicators that Bitcoin SV can scale as Bitcoin was always intended to do. Shatters also outlined changes coming when BSV returns to Genesis on February 4th, 2020. Op return, which has been artificially limited for years, will soon enable multiple op returns in the same transaction. It will also restore a big number capability, allowing cryptography in script for the first time. The idea of standard transactions will be gone, expanding script flexibility beyond the current 3 scripting options. The final topic Shatters covered was the removal of pay-to-script hash, which is being done for both technical and philosophical reasons. He talked about possibly replacing it with the accumulator multi-sig script construct, an innovative new system that he explained for the crowd. Check out his video, which is available on CoinGeek's YouTube channel. There are so many features that are being implemented as part of the Genesis upgrade in restoring Bitcoin's original protocol, but the ultimate lesson for all of you is simple. We're finally unlocking all the potential that has been in Bitcoin all of these years, but has been restricted, and that is taking us back to Bitcoin's Genesis, February 4th, 2020. Next, let's move from Genesis to Terranode. Shatters invited Daniel Connolly, lead developer of the Bitcoin SV node project, to the stage to explain Terranode. It is the enterprise-class Bitcoin SV client software being developed by nChain. As Daniel told the audience, Terranode is Bitcoin server software that has been rebuilt from the ground up for enterprise and scale. He expects it to handle 4 million transactions per second with big blocks and big transactions. How will Terranode do it? With better messaging, allowing for larger data and streaming data support. Terranode will also have more efficient data stores and already exists in an experimental stage, working on both the mainnet and the Bitcoin SV scaling test network. Daniel also noted that a P2P system is currently in development. We're excited for this next phase in Bitcoin SV's journey to become the global enterprise blockchain, and it all kicks off more with Terranode. If you love music and Bitcoin SV, then you're gonna love this announcement from OneStore about its BoostCon music content delivery platform. It was the big enterprise news announcement at CoinGeek Seoul, made by Jay Lee, the CEO of OneStore, when he spoke at the conference. OneStore is touted as South Korea's answer to the Google Play and Apple App Stores. The App Store is preloaded on all Android devices in the country, creating a potential user base of 35 million people. Jay Lee announced that his company is launching the BoostCon music content delivery platform available on OneStore. It'll be the first enterprise-level application for Bitcoin SV. The platform allows music artists to upload their work and get paid by fans in touch, that is bought for with BSV. Users will convert BSV to buy and spend these BoostCon tokens. However, for launch, BoostCon will encourage traffic by subsidizing the site and issuing the touch tokens for free. Jay explained in his presentation that he had made the decision to build a BSV application after studying other alternative platforms, such as Ethereum, and finding them unable to meet his enterprise needs. In contrast, Bitcoin SV met all of his company's needs. It's a great sign when we see businesses of the world waking up to the power of Bitcoin SV and deciding to build on this true Bitcoin blockchain. Who's up for some Uptime SV? We heard in Seoul from Dean Little, Uptime SV's lead developer. That project was the winner of the first Bitcoin SV hackathon earlier this year, and it made news in Seoul by announcing a planned October 30th launch of its private beta. This project allows individual users to earn BSV by providing the computing power of their mobile devices to help conduct uptime testing for businesses' websites, and for those websites to get reliable reporting on their performance. Dean also discussed new tools his team have developed that will be available soon for other developers to use. Unplanaria is a peer-to-peer data system and will allow businesses to be more efficient in how they receive data, and Data Push allows businesses to write data to the blockchain more efficiently. This is another example of great utility as well as tools being built on the Bitcoin SV blockchain. Now let's hear big news about games. There was plenty to hear from the chief architect of BSV gaming company Chronoverse, David Case. He began by reminding the audience about the December beta release of his company's game, Crypto Fights. That's huge news for gamers, but the developers on hand were probably more interested in the broader gaming platform that his Chronoverse company have been building. It will allow other game developers to release their own game work using an easy button built with Bitcoin SV. Using the platform, games can be developed with JavaScript code and plugged right into the Chronoverse system, allowing all Bitcoin SV components to happen easily in the background. This makes it much easier for other game developers to get onto the BSV ecosystem. The platform, importantly, allows for anti-money laundering (AML) and Know Your Customer (KYC) checks that are required by laws of jurisdictions around the world. That's an important step in helping Bitcoin grow up and ensuring that BSV builds a regulation-friendly ecosystem that's also business-friendly and will allow to massive global adoption that we want to see. Now let's move from the world of online games to gambling. BitBoss's Matt Dixon gave an explanation of his company's keyring library, which makes it easier for all developers of any type to integrate Bitcoin SV into their work. He also announced more unique to the gaming industry, Bridge. It's a technology that physically plugs into existing casino slot machines at land casinos, linking them to both the casino's back end and an app on a player's smartphone device. This creates an ecosystem where casino gamers can play slot machines with a smart BSV-powered experience, with the casino backend updated in real time as to their activity. It's another great example of something very, very useful and transformative being actually built on the BSV blockchain. It's just another wave that's coming to gaming and more with BSV. Now let's talk Pixel Wallet and identity management. Many of you may know Pixel Wallet as the mobile app which allows you to embed Bitcoin SV in an image file and send it to someone else. That's a great and clever use of the BSV blockchain, but they've got much bigger plans afoot. They were announced by Alex Favel of 2Hop Ventures, who wowed the crowd by describing what Pixel Wallet is doing next. 2Hop is an investor in Pixel Wallet. Their new project is called Voam, a new digital privatized identity system, which will enable users to control their online identity, as well as profit from its use. By restricting access to your online identity to an approved paying partner, users will be able to keep your identity away from activities that you don't want to participate in. This is all managed through functionality with the BSV blockchain. and it is another great leap in what is being built on BSV that has real utility for companies and real utility for you as the user in order to improve your online as well as privacy experience. Pixel Wallet, pictures, and identity management. It's the future on the BSV blockchain. Finally, this episode's Satoshi Shoutout. It goes to all of the conference attendees from all over the world who convened in Seoul, South Korea for CoinGeek Seoul. You all contributed to an electric atmosphere at the event, which was created by your enthusiasm and inspiration for the original Bitcoin vision. We hope you learned much, created new friendships, and left Seoul with an even greater belief in Bitcoin SV and the Satoshi vision. I know your energy will also spread across the world and inspire more people to learn about Bitcoin SV and what can be built on the original Bitcoin design and protocol. For your participation in CoinGeek Seoul, you deserve a big Satoshi Shoutout. And that's a wrap for CoinGeek Seoul. We're already looking ahead to CoinGeek London in February 2020 as we continue the journey to Genesis and restoring the power of Bitcoin's original design and protocol. We have it now with Bitcoin SV, and therefore it's time to build. That was the theme of my speeches at CoinGeek Seoul, and it's something important to remember for all of us in the BSV ecosystem. It's also a reminder about the human condition and the desire to always build things that improve our lives. Humans, we've had that desire forever. We build monuments to the sky. We build new ways to compute. We build an online network that connects everyone across the world. And then one day, someone ingenious built something truly amazing, a new peer-to-peer electronic cash system, Bitcoin, a blockchain, a technology platform to build everything. And Bitcoin's original design, protocol, and Satoshi vision are back on fire now with Bitcoin SV. And now, more than ever, it's time to build.